The New York Times writes California and Mexico prepare for disaster as Hurricane Hilary moves north. As Hurricane Hilary heads north, Southern California and Mexico are bracing for a rare and powerful storm that could produce dangerous flash flooding and sustained winds that have not been seen for decades. Residents are racing to fill sandbags and fuel up generators before extreme weather arrives, and emergency officials are warning that roads may be inundated and setting up evacuation centers. The Category 4 hurricane is so unusual that it has prompted the National Hurricane Center to issue a tropical storm watch for California for the first time in its history. Hilary is currently projected to make landfall in Baja California on Sunday and move northward as a tropical storm near San Diego and across the deserts and mountains east of Los Angeles, though its path could still veer elsewhere. The Washington Post writes Biden declares new era of partnership with South Korea and Japan. South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol, Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida and President Biden met at Camp David amid rising tensions with China. USA Today writes Hurricane Hilary to keep hurricane status when reaching Baja California Saturday. Southern California is bracing for significant heavy rainfall and possible extensive flooding as Hurricane Hilary reaches the region, forecasters say. Hilary, which intensified to Category 4 status Friday, will still be a hurricane when reaching the west coast of the Baja California Peninsula Saturday night. However, it's expected to weaken into a tropical storm as it approaches Southern California Sunday afternoon. For the first time, a tropical storm watch was placed in parts of Southern California Friday from the California-Mexico border to the Orange-Los Angeles County line as well as Catalina Island. Los Angeles Times writes tropical storm warning issued as Hurricane Hilary races toward Southern California. An unprecedented tropical storm warning is in effect from the California-Mexico border to Point Mugu and for Catalina Island. Chicago Tribune writes Northwestern to propose fewer concerts, offer greater incentives for Ryan Field rebuild. Northwestern University announced it will alter its proposal for the new Ryan Field by dropping the number of proposed annual concerts from 10 to 6 and providing other financial benefits to local schools and the city. New York Post writes missing Tennessee couple found after 8 days in Alaskan wilderness just 2 miles from car. A Tennessee couple who vanished more than a week ago while hiking in Alaska were found safe Friday just 2 miles from their parked car, family said. Couple Jonas Baer, 50, and Cynthia Hovsepian, 37, were spotted by a hiker as they wandered through the woods in Fairbanks, a city with a population of more than 30,000. The pair had survived 8 days in the wilderness after losing their way on what was supposed to be a brief hike on an established trail, Baer's uncle, who asked to remain anonymous, told the Post. The Denver Post writes Ralston Valley defense delivers key second-half stops, limiting Week 0 quarterback duel against Mountain Vista. The two quarterbacks, Logan Madden of No. 4's Ralston Valley, and Mountain Vista's Austin Modrzewski, who combined for over 5,000 yards last season, were stymied in a Week 0 showdown as the teams had 4 turnovers on Friday night. The Mustangs' second-half defense delivered 2 key second-half stops, including one deep in the red zone in a 13-7 win. In the second half, offensively, we couldn't close it out, punch it in when we needed to, but our defensive line was huge tonight, Madden said. We knew they were going to be big coming into tonight and they killed it. Our defensive backs stepped up to the challenge. The Mercury News writes here's why Hurricane Hilary isn't expected to impact Bay Area. National Weather Service officials say that tropical storms are exceedingly rare in California. The last one hit Southern California on September 25, 1939. San Francisco Chronicle writes will Hurricane Hilary impact San Francisco? After a record-shattering winter storm season, California may again witness a weather event that, if not historic, would be very rare. Hurricane Hilary is on a path northward from Mexico, and it would be the first time in 84 years that a tropical storm made landfall in the state. Hilary likely won't maintain hurricane strength when it approaches Southern California. It is expected to arrive as a tropical storm, according to the National Hurricane Center. Still, places like San Diego, Joshua Tree and Los Angeles are bracing for severe weather. But will Hilary bring impacts all the way up to San Francisco? CNN writes F-16 jets can't come soon enough for Ukraine. Ukrainian troops amassed around the city have the unenviable task of pushing through minefields towards an enemy that has long anticipated their advance. But their biggest handicap is the one they rarely hear until it is too late. Russian jets fire half-metric-ton bombs that glide in from afar from outside of the reach of Ukraine's air defenses and then devastate Ukrainian positions at will. Sometimes as many as 20 in as many minutes are launched into Orikhiv.